Would you like to easily read and understand full chamber scores? If you're a chamber musician, this skill will help you enormously to make your time in the practice room more effective and enjoyable on each piece that you prepare and practice. Even if you don't play chamber music, this skill will help you analyze your favorite chamber masterpieces, or help you excel in your music theory and history classes. In this video, I'll be sharing how you can increase your fluency in reading full chamber scores by using some simple exercises and techniques. Full chamber scores have some unique challenges, especially when combining piano with other instruments. If you're not yet comfortable reading full piano scores, I recommend that you check out part 1 of this series over here, and I'll link it in the description. Part 2 of this series focused on full orchestral scores. If you're comfortable with these, reading full chamber scores will be easier for you because there's less instruments and you'll already be familiar with transposing instruments and different clefs. If you haven't checked out this video yet, you can find it here and I'll link it in the description. If you're interested in watching more videos like this, click subscribe below to discover and develop your unique potential as a classical musician. Like I discussed in parts 1 and 2 with full piano and orchestral scores, listening to recordings is one of the best strategies I've found to quickly develop fluency. You can find many wonderful historic and modern recordings on YouTube or other streaming services, and IMSLP is a great place to get free public domain sheet music. If you have access to a library that has sheet music, this is a great place to access the newer non-public domain music, especially if you're just needing to reference it and not to play it. An important thing to keep in mind for all chamber music genres is that the individual parts will often switch between acting as melody, harmony, texture, or rhythm, and sometimes a combination of these. While sometimes these roles are fairly clear-cut, in other pieces there is a lot of complex overlap and rapid switching in just one phrase. That's why it's important to see how each individual part contributes to the whole. In addition to the techniques I discussed in part 2 on full orchestral scores on what you should follow while listening to the recording, I recommend that for full chamber scores you listen through for these 4 main elements of melody, harmony, texture, and rhythm. As you gain more experience, you can aim to grasp more of these elements at one time, 2, 3, and then all 4. As with piano and orchestral music, slower music will usually be easier to follow along with at first. For faster music, adjust the level of detail that you're taking in at one time. For some pieces, staying in the right measure is a great accomplishment. For larger chamber ensembles or for very ornamented passages, there may just be a few measures on each page, so be prepared to scroll or turn pages very quickly. For a chamber ensemble with voice, familiarize yourself with the vocal part. Read through it, and if it's in a language you don't know, translations are usually readily available. I recommend the side-by-side versions. Even if your chamber ensemble doesn't include a vocal part, maybe it has a lot of foreign language text indications. If this is the case, I recommend that you write down the translations to these words in your score to save the time of looking them up each time. I'd also like to add a quick note for any pianists here. We don't often get a lot of ensemble experience outside of chamber music, so at first it can require a bit of extra effort to get comfortable playing with other instruments. A bonus for everything except page turning is that we get to read off of the full chamber score. A strategy that has been enormously helpful for me as a pianist in chamber music is to learn how to sing the other instrument's part while playing my own part. For multiple instruments, you can just repeat this process. And additionally, you can practice switching between different instruments depending on who has the melody or an interesting part. Note that you don't have to have a wonderful singing voice or a huge range. Adjust the octave up or down as necessary. This skill doesn't come automatically, so start slowly or work in sections at first as you gain more confidence and experience. Be patient, focus on small improvements each day, and it will get easier. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing it with a friend, and remember to stay tuned for the next video coming out next week. Thanks for watching, I love you all, and I'll see you soon.